I feel like when we're on the feed, it should jump up a little. You cold?
No, I was yawning.
Oh, you like that? Huh.
That's how I look.
You did. It was a
At
shiver and a
climax.
yawn.
At a
Jesus
climax.
Christ. Hello, welcome to another episode of The Bear and Rooster. I am the Bear. This is the Rooster. We are going to do something a little bit different today. We are stepping away from reacting to suggestions, and we think that being from both sides of the Atlantic Ocean, or as the pond, as they say, there is stuff that I've heard and I am accustomed to that maybe Rooster is not, and vice versa. So on this episode, I am going to introduce him to a band from my hometown in Ireland, which is Dundalk, and they are called the Mary Wallopers. Right now, they are touring all over the place, and they are bringing the old style of Irish music back into the mainstream. I think they're called Mary Wallopers because when we're growing up, you'd be threatened with a wallop. So that's like you guys say spanked over here, whereas this in
I grew
Ireland,
up with wallop too. You know,
Yeah?
some of the old Southern people, they have that wallop.
Wallop.
That thing packs a wallop.
a
man.
wallop, yeah. So you would get walloped as a kid. Don't call Child Protection Services because that's 30, nearly 40 years ago at this stage. That's
Be
case
truthful,
is well gone.
48, 49 years
Yeah.
ago.
But yeah, and then Mary, I don't know where the Mary comes from, but I just know that my mother had three kids, and when she was going through Stephen, Michael, Mary, there's no Mary, you know, there's no Mary in our family, but they just say that. So,
Mary's kind of throw out name.
yeah. So I presume that is it. We're going to try and get them on for an interview, but this is the Mary Wallopers playing in the Brixton. I think it's the Academy, huge venue in the middle of London. And judging by the amount of people that are at it, the place is sold out and packed. So it's amazing to see an Irish trad band, traditional Irish band, in the middle of London, packing out the house.
It looks like a great venue, man. I'm excited to hear this. He's introducing a Yank to Irish trad music here.
Yeah, so it's I wouldn't say it's typical trad music, diddly-eye music, but it's definitely heavily Irish folk influenced. And if you happen to be in Dundalk and you're out, whatever night it is, there is a strong chance that these guys are sitting in the corner playing. So I can't wait to go home and do that. But this song, I think, was written about the Catholic Church. So you can make up your own mind about the lyrics and stuff like that too. So you ready to go?
I'm
Excited?
ready, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to check this out.
I hope you're not disappointed. You won't be disappointed, but
I won't be. I don't.
Here we go. This is the Mary Wallopers, Gates of Heaven, live in Brixton.
He was pillar of community, we all knew his name. Every week he'd drink the altar wine and muster on his brain. Took young ones for confession, they never came back to see him. When questions needed answering, no one would take the blame. If the gates of heaven opened wide, I'd love to have a look at who's inside. Think I'd be more afraid of what would come out if the rotten seeds of truth began to sprout.
Really well written, man. Went to confession, never came back the same.
When the hotels needed washing done, the sisters got a plan. Put the single mothers off the streets and the babies from the pram. Tell them they need saving, they'll work both night and day. Sell the baba to the Yankees for a bit of extra pay. If the gates of heaven opened wide, I'd love to have a look at who's inside. Think I'd be more afraid of what would come out if the rotten seeds of truth began to sprout. walk hand in hand between the pulpit and the jail. When everything's against you, you'll never win the game. You tell us we need saving, you're laughing to the bank. You're out abusing children and you tell us not to wank. If the gates of heaven opened wide, I'd love to have a look at who's inside.
Listen to the crowd.
I'd be more afraid of what would come out. But the rotten seeds of truth began to spread.
The rotten seeds of truth began to spread.
Sprout. The accent. I'll translate for you.
Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against women for your gain. Thou shalt not put babies inside a septic tank. There's a time for telling riddles, there's a time for being frank. Thou shalt not be rich, thou shalt be in prison. Thou shalt pay your consequences every single day. Thou shalt all be taken up, lying against the wall.
So much passion in the crowd.
If the gates of heaven opened wide.
What do you think so far?
Man, I'm into it so far. I love so like with Irish folk music, it's a lot like Ren, who we've been reacting to. There's not a lot of wasted words. It's a message that the song is about this, and we're gonna talk about this, and we're gonna every lyric leads you to the next statement of this is why I feel this way about X subject. Here's number one. Here's number two. And every lyric
statement of facts the whole way
statement
down.
of facts all the way through. It's
Now, whether you are religious or not, this is all facts. And what he's saying is facts, unfortunately. And he's talking about the Catholic priest, whatever goes on there, talking about back in the day where the nuns, if you had a baby out of wedlock, well, then the nuns would make sure that the baby went somewhere else. So he's talking about selling the baba, which is the baby, to the Yanks for a price.
for a little extra pay.
And that's what happened. It's very, very unfortunate, and thankfully it is history.
And I remember there was like some news about the IRA being really involved in like the baby selling business. It was like the one legal thing that they could do, and it was very much like take them away from single mothers. Basically, not take them away, but get the mothers to sign them over. Hey, look, you're not gonna have a life without this baby. You can't raise it. You can't. And they would.
Yeah, a lot of growing up in Ireland in those days was all revolved around the church and not being able to drink on Sundays, alcohol, and then I remember the family business was a bar, and the bar had to close from 12 to 2, I think it was, every Sunday.
So you could go to confession.
So the men would go to mass, and they wouldn't be sitting in the bar, the pub. Very well written, and like there's so many performers on stage there, and you should be able to. Did you notice what was about to come?
Bagpipes.
Uilleann pipes.
Uilleann
the
pipes.
bagpipes are the Scottish version.
Okay.
And the
what
Uilleann
came
pipes,
first?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Uilleann pipes came first.
Yeah, of course they did.
That's what we'll say.
And it's a little bit different because the Scots, somebody might chime in here, the Scottish bagpipes, you're actually blowing into the bag and then squeezing the bag out into the drones, whereas the Uilleann pipes, you're playing underneath your arm, and I think there's a spring in it to be able to...
Like an accordion more.
Yeah, you don't blow into the Uilleann pipes. But we're going to just go back so we don't miss anything. And the energy that's in the crowd there.
And they're all feeling this song. You can tell the ones that are not acting super exuberant, but they're also locked in. So you got the people that are like, rah, 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 rah. And then you got the people that are locked in listening to every lyric. I also like the open tuning, tuning style, that do, 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 do. Yeah. I love the little like walk downs and stuff. Folk music, what's funny is like listening to this, not funny, interesting. Listening to this, you know that the Irish and Scottish Highland style of playing like folk music definitely trickled into the South, because you listen to bluegrass.
Yeah.
And bluegrass is That's American folk music, but
the way
it
of
all
playing
derived.
the banjo,
Yeah,
a lot of the stuff
double
with,
picking and stuff like that.
it's jigs and reels as we call it, and
Mm-hmm.
the way of playing is as soon as you think you're following it, it's off time.
Yeah.
because it's not that it's not structured, but you're playing how you feel, and that's
Yeah.
the whole band are in on it there.
Yeah.
The
because
bagpipes came first.
bagpipes.
Shut up,
thank you,
Nate.
thanks, Nate.
I'm just kidding. Nate said
And that's the wrong answer, right? There's
Wrong
no Scottish
answer.
people in the room here, so the uilleann pipes don't.
Yeah.
He's watching, or he's calling it up on the Scottish. Google.
You're on thin ice.
Ready? Here we go.
Here we go.
If the gates of heaven opened wide, I'd love to have a look at who's inside. Think I'd be more afraid of what would come if the rotten seeds of truth began to sprout.
He's saying I would be more afraid of what's coming out.
Coming out of the gates of heaven, because you.
Look how happy everybody is. Irish music's How good does that guy's snare sound? Wow. Wow, man. Hey, what a well-written song, man.
Yeah, I don't want to put the comparisons though, but towards the end there, it's like the Pogues.
Yeah.
Very, very well written. The energy's there. Did you have a tough time?
Understanding?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Not at all.
I figured because I thought I'd be more afraid of what's coming in.
Yeah.
If the rotten seeds of truth begin to spread. I thought that's what he was saying. But it's what's coming out
Yeah.
and sprout.
Yeah,
But that's
so more
only-
afraid of what's coming out, because all of these people
Yeah.
that are doing bad are the
Yeah.
ones that are being let in.
It makes more sense like that. So I figured that out. I did a little bit of deduction once you said sprout. I was like, okay, say it now.
So
But it's the accent is so crazy, man.
That's a Dundalk accent where I'm from. Now, I spent half my life in Dundalk and I spent half of my life in Dublin, so I have this kind of in between
Hybrid.
accent. And then now living in the States for 13 years or whatever it is.
Still sound like an idiot.
Yeah. Really nice one. And on that bombshell.
No, everybody's more interested in you because you have the cool Irish accent.
Yeah, but the people in Ireland are going to watch this and we go, "Oh, look at that! Look at that!"
Yeah,
American
right.
guy
They're
that's
all
yawning.
on. They're all that's yawning. I'm not yawning. I'm laughing.
Okay.
But they're gonna get on and be like, "Yeah, it's our countryman with
Who's
a yank."
the guy? Yeah, who's that guy?
guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that? We don't need him.
Yeah, we don't usually cuss, so that one slipped out. But yeah, Mary Wallopers from Dundalk, they got to do Glastonbury and
It's a huge venue,
yeah,
man.
Jules Holland they did,
Oh, wow.
which is a huge
Yeah.
thing. And as well, they're just down to earth people.
How about Jules Holland, man? Like, you don't get any mainstream play for Jules Holland here in the States anymore, but you see him all over TikTok, YouTube.
Yeah, well,
all that.
Jules Holland is
Massive.
one of these people that picks who he wants. There's no like schedule or talent
Yeah,
guy
it's-
that's going. Oh,
It's
this
not like
is what's
Jimmy
new."
Kimmel, where
Yeah.
he doesn't even know who he's gonna get until the day of.
No clue. But yeah, they are the Mary Wallopers all the way from Dundalk. That watching these people on stage makes me super proud to be from Dundalk.
Yeah.
And
As
I
you
would
would
love
be.
to be standing in the middle of that crowd, just giving her giving her Dixie. So there's a phrase that we use in Dundalk because it's the biggest town in Ireland.
Okay.
So it's called the town. Everybody, if you say the town in Ireland, they know it's Dundalk. So we say, come on the town. Can you say, come on the town?
Come on the town.
Come on the town.
Come on the town.
You could be from Dundalk. Say
I
it again.
could be from Dundalk.
Come on the town.
Come on the town. I'm afraid of what's coming out.
No. That was
how does he when he's singing it sounds so much
Come
like
out.
it sounds like it almost.
Yeah.
It.
I'll bring it to Dundalk. Same
Yeah.
with you, Nate. We'll all go to Dundalk.
That'd be sweet.
We'll
man.
sit down with the Mary Wallopers.
My
and
wife
drink
keeps
pints of
asking
Guinness.
me like, "Hey, now that you guys are reacting to stuff worldwide, when are we going to take a trip to Ireland?
Yeah, well, yeah, we will.
Someday.
Soon.
Buy me a coffee."
Yeah, so like I said, let's just kind of wrap that up. It's a newer twist on older traditional Irish music.
The instrumentation is similar, but I mean they're not using just a bowrong.
Bowrong, yeah.
It's an actual full kit setup. But what this song didn't need full instrumentation. It's great, just acoustic.
So
and
the
then,
hook, you're expecting the hook and the chorus to be dum dum dum.
Yeah.
Whereas it wasn't because it's just him on his own on the guitar and that's the hook.
And the energy comes in for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds at the end and leaves you wanting more.
Yeah.
And he's taking his guitar off like, okay, see you guys later. And everybody's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
We could play some more of that.
Yeah, but that's what it
jigging,
is.
let's-
Now the whole history of the Irish folk songs is from years of hurt and oppression. So the best songs with any type of music come from a dark time or a dark place, and that kind of resonates because it's talking about stuff that has happened in our lifetime, maybe just before it. So it is kind of still relevant. Again, thankfully, it's not
And
still
Irish
going on. I imagine, hopefully.
No, but hopefully. But the Irish people that I have met all have like a very similar dark sense of humor. They'll make light of things that are really dark, and it
Irish people
takes
are
like the
sarcastic.
pressure. Yeah, sarcastic. I like that. Snarky. That's funny. That's how people in the South are. So you can really tell, where back in the 17 and 1800s, where a lot of the Irish settlers made their way to, and that's obviously in the South, all through like Kentucky and Virginia. Even a lot of the food is, throwback to Irish cooking. But and it's funny to hear some of like the colloquialisms that you say from there, like giving her Dixie.
Yeah.
That's something they would say in the South, Dixieland.
Yeah.
And Dixieland jazz and Dixieland bluegrass, like they have that Dixieland folk similar. But the instrumentation is changed a bit, but they still have a lot of the trad instruments in there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, man. I want to listen to another one.
Yeah, hopefully they come to the States and we can go see a show.
That'd be sick. Or
If
we
not,
can just
we'll-
go to
we'll just
Ireland.
go to Dundalk and
Go
see
to
them
Dundalk.
playing in Seatown.
Come on the town.
Come on the town. Yeah, so on that bombshell, before we actually sign off, go to Generate Designs and grab some merch for the whole month of January. We are going to do a reaction to anybody that buys some merch. So we might be doing one a day. We don't know.
Might
But
be wild.
same thing with Buy Me a Coffee. If you drop something for support in Buy Me a Coffee, make
Leave a
sure you
song.
leave a reaction. And yeah, now on that, come on the town, ready? What? And on that bombshell, come,
Come on the town.